Good evening, everyone. I do not see many people on the camera. Why is that so? Monday fever, is it? Okay. Okay. Yeah. People, please be on camera. Let's start. So, again, welcome you all back for yet another productive session today, right? It's again, fantastic to see you all here. Now, whether some of you are, logged in from your office, some of you must have come back from office, right? A few of them may be in your kitchen pretending to make your dinner. Don't worry. Your secrets are safe with me. All right? Let's start. Good to see you all. Now, people talk about giving presentations like it's a big deal. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yeah? But most of us just hope that we don't forget what we are seeing in the middle of it, right? The reality is that, right? Who's been there before? Who's been there before? Most of us, right? It's a common feeling, right? So most of us today are trying to survive our Monday morning meetings without our brains going blank halfway through, right? Most of us are in that situation, right or wrong, right? But today's session is not about survival. It's about thriving in your presentations like a leader. Now, whether you're speaking to one person or you're speaking to a room full of people, okay, today's session is going to definitely help you turn your presentations into those leadership moments. Okay, so you're going to walk away with some tools today that is going to help you deliver a great presentation. Okay, now, what is a great presentation? A great presentation is when someone comes and tells you, wow, right? That was impressive, Vineet. That was impressive, Vinay. Right? That's a great presentation, according to me. What about y'all? Yes? Right? Yes. So, many of us, as I said, are dread before getting onto a presentation. Right? Show me the virtual hands if it is yes. Anyone here who says, no, I'm not, but still I'm here today to learn something new. No, right? Okay. Maybe yes, maybe no to few, but that's absolutely fine. Yeah. So there was this presentation which I attended once, okay, where the speaker had a fantastic content ready, right? He had all the facts, he had all the, statistics, everything ready, all the numbers ready in slides, well prepared, okay? But there was something that was missing in that. Why? Because the people who were listening to him were not paying attention. They were either on their phones or they were like less engaged. And I was one of them. And by the end of it, no one remembered. What was it all about? What was the crux of this presentation? What were the key points? Now, what went wrong here? I didn't understand at that point of time. But today, when I analyze that particular element or that situation, I understand this is just one key element It's not the content, of course, right? We focus more on the content. We focus more on the content, right? क्या बोलना है? What is it that I have to show? What is it that I have to prepare, right? So it wasn't about content. It was the mindset of the presenter. So the most important thing is we need to have this mindset shift. When I say this mindset shift from being a presenter to a leader, is it opening up your mind now? Right? The difference between a presenter and a leader is simple. It's all about the mindset. What happens is a presenter will always focus on the information, right? Delivering the information, ticking off the points, getting through the slides one after the other, right? That is the mindset of a typical presenter. But a leader, on the other hand, will always present with a purpose, with clarity, with a desire to inspire action from the people. They are not just about speaking at the audience. They are speaking for the audience. Yes? Do you see that shift happening? Presenter versus a leader. So the key difference here, the number one is a presenter will always deliver information, while a leader will communicate a purpose. Write it down if you want. Presenter will focus on sharing the numbers, sharing the facts. They will always deliver the information. And they don't always explain why it matters. A leader, on the other hand, will always start with the big picture in mind. Why is this presentation important? Why my audience must care? Right? I'll give you one classic example here. Now, if you're a presenter, what you'll do is you'll say, for example, here are our Q3 performance report. Our sales went up by 12% and we had a great customer retention rate of, say, 70%. A leader, on the other hand, will always say, or will try and rather put it across in a different way, a big picture. Ladies and gentlemen, the numbers you see on the screen here are not just figures. They reflect our company's growth. The 12% increase in sales means that we are on track to exceed our annual goals. But we need to focus on improving our customer retention to stay on the top. Do you see a clear difference in the example one and in this presenter and a leader? Did you see a leader was clearly showing you a clear picture, a big picture? Yes or no? Yes. Key difference number two. As I said, a presenter speaks to the audience while a leader engages with the audience. Presenter will take that one-way communication approach. They speak to the audience. But leaders will always engage with the audience, making them part of the conversation. How? By asking questions, by seeking input. They turn those passive listeners into active participants. Yes? Number 3. A presenter will always focus on completion of the presentation, while a leader will always focus on action. Mind blown? Do you see yourself in that situation now? Yeah? Right? We're always rushing to complete the presentation. Ek baar khatam ho jaye. Right? I close it and I go and sit back on my seat. Right? While a leader is always the opposite. A presenter's aim will always be to get through the content, run through the content. Right? A leader will always focus on the outcome. They are not trying to complete a presentation. They're focused on driving and inspiring action. They want the people, they want their team to leave with a clear action step. The mistake that we as presenters do is, towards the end, we'll always say, that's all from me, or that's all for today, right? Any questions? But if you have to bring that shift, you'll have to do it a little differently, right? You have to inspire action, as I said. Based on what we've discussed today, here's what I need each one of you to do. By the end of this week or by Monday morning, I would like you all to review your processes and submit 2 ideas for improvement. Let's take action on this immediately, guys. Do you see the difference? A clear difference. Yeah? Everyone clear with the difference between a presenter and a leader, and where do you stand today? Are you a presenter? Are you a leader? If not, then you need to bring that shift. Right? Okay, moving on. The 4 essential elements of a presentation. What are those? Right? A presentation will always have a few things, right? What do you do when you have a presentation? You will prepare your slides, right? Now, whether you are pitching some idea to your senior management or whether you have a board meeting or team meeting, whatever, every presentation will definitely have those 4 elements. But how you present it will make the difference. Right? So the first thing is you will have that content. Right? The what? Kya present karna hai? Right? Your content. Content is the foundation of your presentation. Everyone agrees to it. Right? It's that data, it's that insight, it's that information that you want to communicate. Right? The information that you want to communicate. And your content must always be valuable. It must be relevant to your audience. Correct? You cannot overwhelm your audience with everything you know. We have heard that many times, right? In our previous sessions also. You cannot overwhelm them with too many information. It's about delivering the information that matters the most. Right? Because if you don't stick to the point, it'll go haywire. Then it won't be a presentation, it'll be like a discussion. right? So you stick to that one idea, right? If you're giving a project update to your senior leadership, you will not dive into all the minute details, right? You'll focus on the key points that aligns with your goal, the project goal, right? You'll give the update. Our project is currently at 60% completion. We are on track to meet our next quarter deadline. The next step is so and so, right? It will be all around that. You will not talk about the other project. You'll not talk about something else. You'll not get about some other issue, some other challenge, right? Content is the foundation. What is the next thing that you think of when it comes to your presentation? It's the structure, right? A presentation without a structure is like a building without a foundation. Do you all agree that if you don't have a clear structure to your presentation, maza nahi aayega, right? Like that building will collapse, your presentation will also collapse without creating any impact, without fetching any result, right? So a structure provides that clarity, a structure provides that flow, making your presentation easy to follow, right? Now a structure will be, I'll explain a very simple framework on how you will structure your presentation. Okay, before that, let me talk about what is the third element. The third element is the delivery, right? How you deliver. You have your content ready, you will have your structure ready, but then the next thing comes actually standing, going there and talking, right? So it's not just about what you say, it's also about how you say. It's your tone, it's your body language, it's the energy that determines your message, right? Even the flashy content, maybe you've put in a lot of hard work towards your content, presentation banane mein, visuals add karne mein, the color, then everything is looking just wow. But if it's not delivered with that conviction, then it will again not do the fair bit of you actually going there and standing there. It's of no use putting in so much of effort, right? So most important, again, the third element is again the delivery, right? We spoke about it, right? If it's a new initiative, if you bring in some new thing, you will always add that excitement, you will always add that enthusiasm, right? It's how you deliver. If it's some crucial thing that you're discussing about, right? Then your voice, that transition in your voice, your body language should match the content. And the fourth element here is the connection, the engagement with the audience. As I said, a great presentation will never be a one-way communication. It's always a dialogue. Your audience's engagement is the key to make sure that your presentation is going well, that your message is reached. Asking questions, asking for feedback, involving your audience in the process. It makes them feel connected. example, if you're doing a presentation for your client, right, you can always ask some questions which will help them and you be on that same page. How do you see this product solving your current challenges? Right? You've presented, you're talking, you've done everything. How do you know whether people who are listening to you have actually got the point, are actually thinking about what you've said? What features did you find most important? Right? So you involving the client also in that by asking questions, making them feel connected, and then coming up with a solution that matters them, that matters to them. Yes? Everyone with me until now? Are we clear with the 4 elements of any presentation? Right? So now I want you to pay more attention and make note of this framework that I am sharing with you all. This framework is a structured approach to presenting like a leader. And what I call it is a PACE framework. PACE. P-A-C-E. I don't know if I have the presentation. Okay, yes, I do have. Are you able to see? Yes or no? No? Dekh raha hai? Are you able to see my screen? No. Okay. Again, today I'm facing some issue with my screen share. Okay, no worries. So, PACE framework, P-A-C-E. What is that? The first P stands for the purpose. Every presentation should have a clear purpose. Before you even start, define the one thing you want your audience to take away from this presentation. Why? Because leaders don't present for the sake of it. They present to create a change. They present to inspire action. Right? So always have that one thing very clearly defined even before you start. That what is that one thing that I want my audience to take away? Right? So, for example, the purpose of today's meeting is to solve 2 challenges that are delaying the project. By the end of this meeting, we'll have a clear plan of action. Now, does the audience have a clear purpose? That why is this meeting called? Right? The purpose of today's meeting is to solve 2 challenges that are delaying our project. So you're not derailing it here and there. You're not going all over the places. You're sticking to the agenda. You're sticking to the objective, a clear objective. So set a clear objective. That's the step 1, purpose. Yes? Step 2 in the PACE framework is audience engagement. I repeat once again, leaders don't speak at their audience. They engage with them. So involve your audience by asking questions, by taking feedback, by taking their polls. Yeah? I would love to get your thoughts on this new project. Can you see how it might solve a challenge that you are currently facing? These are questions. And when you ask, it will put on the thinking cap. In the people who are listening to you. Right? Clear until here? Before we dive into the updates, I want to hear from each one of you. What's the biggest challenge you are facing right now in this project? Vinay, can you tell me? Padam, can you tell me? Mahendra, can you tell me? And how do you think, Mahendra, we can address it together? Yes? So this is how you bring that shift. Audience engagement, most important. Make it interactive always. The chat box is closed here. It's a one-way dialogue. I am talking. Do you see that I am making it interactive? Am I asking questions? Am I asking for your engagement? Yes. Number 3, the C is a clear message. What do you mean by clear message? It is simplifying your content, simplifying your message by focusing on 3 key takeaways. You must have, in that 30 minutes presentation, in that 45 minutes or whatever time duration it is, you must have elaborated on so many things. You must have touched upon so many things. But towards the end, what is that 3 key takeaways? And how this entire conversation makes your audience take those clear messages, simplify it to them. If your audience can remember only 3 things, what would you want those 3 things to be? Because leaders will always communicate clearly. Okay? Step number 4, most important in that PACE framework, which is E, energy. Energy is contagious, isn't it? Right? If I smile, you smile. If I laugh, you laugh. If I'm serious, you're serious. So is the energy contagious? Yes. If you're not excited about what you're presenting, your audience won't be excited either. Mark it. So as a leader, always present with energy, always present with confidence, always present with conviction. Your delivery has to be full of passion. Your delivery has to be full of conviction. The more you believe in what you're saying, your audience is likely to believe in it. This project is going to transform the way we do business. And I'm excited today to show you how we are going to do it or make it happen. So when I'm talking about transformation, I need to have that energy in my voice. I need to have that energy in my body language. I cannot say the project is going to transform the way we do business. I'm excited to show you how we are going to make that happen. Are you excited by listening to it? Definitely not, right? So deliver with passion, deliver with confidence, deliver with conviction, deliver with full energy. Because if you are presenting, you are driving that conversation. When you are driving the car, the steering is in your hand, right? So while you're presenting, the steering is in your hand. You have to have all of these elements and follow all of these steps. Yeah. The biggest shift you can make to start presenting like a leader is to lead with a why. I said, right, we'll talk about the structure, right? So what is it? It's the why, the purpose. Remember this. Why should your audience care? What's the bigger purpose behind what you are presenting? The bigger picture. Then will come the content, the what. Once you've established your why, the purpose, the big picture, then move on to the key points, the data, the idea that you want to present, that you are presenting. And then comes the action steps, that is the how. You explain the audience how you can turn those insights into actions. What are the steps that they need to achieve to reach to that outcome, to reach to that goal that you have outlined in this presentation, right? So if you follow this structure, it'll be a game changer. So always lead with why. Then go to the what, that is your content, and then the how, the action steps. Yes? So the key message here is leadership in presenting is not about telling people what to do. It's about guiding them to the right conclusions. Because leaders, as leaders, you influence, you inspire, and you move the people towards an action. The way you present should reflect that mindset always. All right? So clear, everyone? So as a leader, I want you to ask yourself, am I simplifying? Am I simply reporting the facts, or am I inspiring my audience to think, to engage, to act? Because leadership is more than just speaking. It's about leading your people towards a goal. I repeat this again. Yeah? So we learned how to present like a leader by focusing on the 4 key elements: the content, the structure, the delivery, the engagement. We also explored the PACE framework, right? And discussed how to lead with purpose, engage with your audience, simplify your message, and deliver with energy. Now, as you prepare for your next presentation, I want you to identify the 1 key message you want your audience to remember and build everything around that. Yes? 1 key message that you want your audience to remember, and you have to build everything around that. So the call to action is apply the PACE framework in your next presentation. Define a clear purpose, engage with your audience, simplify your message in 3 key points. And finally, deliver with full energy. Every presentation is an opportunity to lead. Remember this. Yes? Wonderful. So would you like to share the key takeaways from today's session? Yes? Okay. So come to the Facebook group in form of a video. a 2-minute video. I want you all to share your key takeaways from today's session. And how is it that you're going to apply, if at all you want to add that? Yes? Can I see that tonight? After the session immediately? All right. So link of the Facebook group is here. If anyone is new, first time joiner, and if you haven't joined the Facebook group, please join. The link is in the chat. And of course, the WhatsApp group, because that's where you'll get the session update. So if you're a first time joiner, you haven't joined a WhatsApp community, then be part of the WhatsApp community. And yes, tomorrow's session, again, an exciting session. I'm sorry, some issue with my screen share, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to reveal tomorrow again, same time. Be there sharp at 7:55 because it's another exciting session, interesting session from none other than Vamsi. And he's going to talk about thought leadership using his favorite tool, that is AI. Everyone in for it? All right. Invite your friends, invite your colleagues, invite your family members who you think will benefit from this daily 30-minute sessions. Because I know for sure you are getting benefited from it. Yes or no? So don't keep that to yourself. Please learn to share. Yes? Do that right away. Share the link of the WhatsApp community and tell them. So everyone take the initiative to share it with at least 5 people. Are you going to do that? Can I see those 5 people joining in tomorrow? Yes. Wonderful. Great. Lovely. So I'll wait for the key takeaways in the Facebook group. All right. Until then, take care. Good night. See you all tomorrow sharp at 7:55.